Welcome to the Living Directors Podcast. It's August 2025. My name is Derek Ahlswede. I am the founder of the AC Podcast Network. Joining me on the pod today, the co-host, Amy D. We got a new show, South Park, ladies and gentlemen, season 27. Here's episode 1. It's an off week. Episode 2 got pushed back. A little uncertainty there as to why, but it gave us a chance to go back and fully cover episode 1. We're going to be here for you on all platforms, including YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Living Directors, to do an up-to-date, week-by-week reaction to season 27 of South Park. This is fun, man. These episodes are 22 minutes without commercials. We still did like an hour and a half pod on it. I thought they'd be shorter. They're not, so buckle in. We have new intro music. Shout out to Brad Bridges Music. Go follow him on Instagram and TikTok as well. Okay, enough self-promo. Here is the thorough first episode of Season 3 of the Living Directors Podcast. First episode of Season 27 of South Park. Matt Stone, Trey Parker, two of the best to ever do it. Now let's head to that big woke kingdom in the sky on the Living Directors Podcast, the South Park episodes. We open the episode, Cartman waking up to radio station 90.1, by the way.
Which I enjoyed.
Just down the street from us.
Yes.
KZFR, yes. Shout out.
Yes.
Like how that connects to Chico. It's static. NPR is canceled. In real life, NPR is now putting out big fundraisers a la PBS. And what a brilliant concept these guys have come up with. Cartman the troll, obvious MAGA Cartman, always has been, is upset because he doesn't have a woke piece of media or entertainment to complain about or talk shit about. Mm-hmm. And good God, does this get to the core, for me, what drives me crazy, of who MAGA is. It's like their whole personality, and this comes primarily from the kind of podcasting culture. This seems to be their like top art form. I don't know what else they're doing, and we can talk about that too. Is that their whole being ethos is to, I don't know if ethos is the right ethos there.
I'll go with it.
Logos, pathos. Is to just hate what progressives, liberals, Democrats like and run with that. And it's just this hate mongering, like, running off hatred of others and wanting to eliminate others thing. And now that they don't have it, what are they going to do? And we get to what Cartman wants to do later, which is brilliant.
Yeah, look, the way that so they inverted everything, which is incredible because it really highlights the inversion of, like, truly on, like, so many points. Like, we have Satan in bed with Trump instead of, we'll get there, but, Saddam Hussein.
Always skipping ahead, Amy.
I know, but I'm just like, and then it's like we have the Jesus being in schools, but Jesus isn't, like, religious. He's like, hey, you gotta, like, deal with this monster.
You're spoiling the end already.
I'm It's been out for 2 weeks, y'all, and it has not been this highly viewed in like 26 years. Right. So everyone's seen it.
Yes,
I'd argue.
True. I know.
But I did see that this article about how the writers, they go for where they think the taboos are, and they think it's more. At one point, they were a lot of Trumpers and a lot of like MAGA people got really into South Park because of the way they were like making fun of wokeness. Right. But it wasn't because the writers themselves were, they're like very much, I think, neutral, if anything. They just like what's right. Yeah.
Is what we'll talk about libertarianism.
Sure, but they go, it's much more fun for us to rip on liberals only because nobody else does it and not because we think liberals are worse than Republicans. And this was coming from like the mid 2000s when, like, you know, Bush was in office, and I mean, we were all just having a field day, like ripping on him. And so I sort of appreciate that they were going for the harder laugh, but unfortunately, like the worst people got behind that, and like then made it their flag. I don't mean to go ahead.
Well, libertarianism is the Venn diagram, theoretically, of progressives and conservatives, Republicans and Democrats. This kind of like, there's crossover about get government out of my life.
Yeah.
And there's hypocrisy that comes there too. Once you're in power, now suddenly you don't mind when the feds infiltrate the country or your life. And hypocrisy is a huge thing.
Look, libertarianism sounds really cool when you're on the internet at like 10 at night or like 3 in the morning and you're like reading about stuff and you're like, yeah, just like leave me alone, man. Like I got my shit covered. Just like leave me alone. But then you realize who funded the articles, and it's guys like Peter Thiel and like their ilk, where it's like these fucks believe in slavery. They don't want regulation because they don't want to pay you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to be told what to do because they want to reduce you to fucking like serfs.
And I'm sure that AI is going to be a heavy topic throughout the season.
Yes.
It's not of this episode.
Oh my God, no. They did great with AI. We'll get there.
Yeah.
They did. It was incredible. Like, I watched it twice this morning while I was working out, and I was like, that scene with him and his chat GPT is chef's kiss.
Okay, next. PC Principle goes to Power Christian. Wonderful metamorphosis there.
Yes. Inversion.
The Power Christian principle is
hopeless.
Asked. What's that?
He's hopeless. He needs hope.
Right. He's asked why he's changed so much. He says that when he was PC, he traded truth for comfort, as if being politically correct, quote unquote woke, which very few people know what the definition of that is when they say it.
Wow. They
don't know what they're saying when they say woke.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought you meant PC. Go on. Yes, often, I hear you.
Often it's a racist kind of dog whistle. Here, saying that to be PC is the comfort.
Yeah.
And religion is the truth is quite ironic, but I think that's what that irony, that misunderstanding, right, about what is black and what is white,
right,
between these groups, quote unquote, is such a big topic,
yes.
Right? So I like to mention that Jesus shows up to school. He's there.
He's got to be in the schools now.
Right. Love that.
We'll find out why later, though.
So good how they.
Yeah.
The fact they come up with these shows in a week too is insane.
I know.
We can move now to. We're gonna get to Jesus a little bit later. As you mentioned, Randy sitting with his AI. Randy's got a problem that Jesus is in school. Some pretty basic.
He's in bed with his wife, like thinking about these things, and he's like, "I'm so glad I have someone to talk to about this." It's so good.
He asked AI if Jesus is allowed in schools, and AI gives a pretty thorough answer. And calling AI woke is this whole thing, Muskian thing too, that we'll get into.
That's fucking legit.
So funny. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say my favorite thing is like he's having this discussion with AI, and I've had this conversation with AI. We're like, thank you so much. Like, that's so great. And I'm alone when I'm having that conversation. But he goes, I'm so glad there's someone I can talk about this with. And his wife's there. And then it's like he puts the AI to bed. I'll see you in the night. You think or see you in the morning. You think he's talking to his wife. No. Still not talking to his wife. Happy. Then he farts. And it's like, oh no, I was just like, that is so, like, it's perfect. Like, that's what he does to the person in his room.
That's the analog. The digital
she's not even there.
The happiness is on the digital. Yes. The farts are on the analog.
Yes. I was like, God damn it. It's so perfect.
So 2 things here. One, it reminds me of the genius Spike Jonze and his film Her, where Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with
haven't seen
AI. Whoa, you haven't?
Yeah, it's the one I haven't seen.
Oh my God. Well, I know what movie we're covering.
Eddington?
Well,
just kidding.
No.
Go on.
Every Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Okay, that's fine. I'm in. He's so crazy.
It reminds me of Her.
Yes.
And 2, this is ripped from a real news story. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, no.
Where, I forget which news company put this out, but it's a guy who admits that he's fallen in love with his AI.
Oh, right. The psychosis.
And then they drop it on you like 2 minutes into the story that his wife is sitting right there behind him in the background.
Fuck.
So that's ripped from the headlines.
That's incredible.
It's a real stories.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't not buy it. It's just, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Okay.
I do want to briefly mention the anecdotal nature of the internet and how much of a problem it is, too, where people see one example of something and, like, that's what we're fed. So that's how all things are.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of pocket that or shelf that because it's such an important part of the poor ways that we receive information these days. Letting anecdotes kind of develop our whole perception of reality.
Yeah, I often
But they happen.
Yeah, no, I obviously like okay, so I do think about that when I see articles about people falling in love with AI. I generally scroll past because I'm like, well, so many people have used AI, like doctors and lawyers and people who are like fighting the insurance companies without legal help. And they're very assisted by AI. So I don't like when I see, but also, of course, that's happening. Of course, like we're getting new mental conditions and weird crutches that we get to all now live amongst because
the male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
They're all Republican for some reason.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, and what's so scary about the male loneliness epidemic with being coupled with the current administration is It's like. It's as though they have the ability to bring us back 1,000 years and sort of anyways, we'll get back into like Saddam Hussein
that's coming up.
Trump parallels.
It's the male misogyny epidemic.
Yeah, it's also like women are fucking killing it right now. Thank you, second wave feminism, and
stop working and have more babies.
Yeah,
now get into the kitchen.
I just posted this gay guy today saying, I love all you idiots who are like, well, who's she gonna marry? Like, she's so lonely. And they're like, you fucking losers. Like, if things actually get so bad that we can't be out and gay and these women have to marry you fucks, like, we'll just get married. And we'll live our lives and be fucking happy. It's like, it was just like, come on, dude. Yeah. You don't think people be getting around this for, I mean, smart people, or people who are crafty. Go on. I'm sorry. We are on a schedule.
Women will never have a problem getting married if and when they want to or finding a partner. And also listening. It's so hard not to listen to idiots on the internet.
It is really hard not to listen to idiots on the internet because they are the loudest in the comment section. But I do just think that the louder they get, I'm like, it's because women are killing it. And
love that.
Yeah, I love that a woman can be a bachelor and like not have a husband and not have to like take care of just so many. I just love that a woman can live the life that she lives.
But this is such an important point to this administration because they are actively fighting against this. Yeah. But just fighting against a woman working.
They don't like it. They
making
don't
her
like
own
a
decisions.
woman in charge. They don't like it.
Not just not in charge, but autonomous.
No, they like to have control of a woman because they harken back to the dark ages when like women before pre-biblical times when women were fucking killing it and they're just like it went awry. And it's like, yeah, because women realize they don't have to have children. But here's the deal, and I know this is not about Roe versus Wade, this is about South Park, but should women still have autonomy over their body, I'll bet that birth rate wouldn't be so fucking low. I think women are truly afraid to get pregnant because which means that a lot of women are just not sleeping with dudes right now for the very fact that a woman in Texas today just died because she was denied a DNC, like waiting because she had to have a medically necessary termination to her pregnancy, and she died. And so there's like, oh, could that be me? And it's just not worth it at the end. So,
agree. Cartman, I think.
Perfect. Cartman. Let's go into it.
Look,
Cartman's amazing.
We're half hour in. We got so much to cover here.
I know. I'll get off my soapbox.
No, it's
kick it over there.
Podcasting is a soapbox.
Yeah.
Just got to manage it a little. Cartman, I think woke is dead. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We covered that.
Woke
what
is
does he
dead
do?
with the God is dead sort of like t-shirt was incredible to me
so
in the
good.
way that he just lives as a night. Like, I might as well just die. Like,
Can we explain what God is dead briefly?
isn't that Nietzsche? And like the thing that from my understanding is there's like kind of two interpretations. There's like the common understanding, which is that Nietzsche just didn't believe in God, and that the other one is that like there was a time in which God was alive, and now he's not alive anymore.
I think it also is coupled with scientific advancements, the understanding of the cosmos. That
you would be shocked at how many scientists are not atheists. They're not Christians, but they're not atheists.
But it what's the word?
In fact,
it countered some of the details of creation in the Bible. I guess what I'm saying.
Right.
Or
if we're
proved
going
them wrong.
like accoutrement, I think if we're going like dollars to donuts, like Bible, I think a lot of people that are really intelligent and had like science, the materialists, let's call them. I think that that altered the way, and that was good because we were out of balance with sort of how not godly but how religious we were. But then I think once we got into like particle physics, I think that people's jaws dropped again, and they had some awe and respect for the fucking nature of the universe. And it's not Christian, but it's definitely not like, it's like an appreciation for the cosmos, right? The order of the cosmos.
It's always difficult to imagine that this came from nothing.
Yeah, I think there's that, but also like how everything is so connected. I think on like a particle level,
right?
And how like if one thing is happening here, it can simultaneously be measured there. I think the wave and the particle and the wave, how like if it's observed, the particle turns like that shit. I think blows people's minds, right?
Right.
I'm there with it. I'm like, how does that happen? So I'm just saying that there's a major difference between, especially in the recent 100 years of like religious and people who have a reverence for life.
Agree. Randy and the mob of people who are Trump voters that are now questioning things a little bit,
right.
Coming around 10 years later.
Wait,
as if
I
they
didn't
don't pay
know.
much attention in the first place.
Right.
What don't you know?
No, I like when they're the things that have been quoted, like Joe Rogan, like, well, how could he, you know, and like Andrew, there's a bunch of them. I can't think of the other one in New York. This comedian Schultz, and he's just like, well,
UC Santa Barbara grad.
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't.
He's got his good quality.
I wouldn't claim that.
He's coming around.
No, well, that's not what he said he was gonna do. Right. And it's really just concerning how many people are openly. I mean, I'm glad at least they're saying that they're wrong and not just doubling down. But it is concerning to be like, well, I didn't understand that a liar lies.
Right. That gets into the Epstein stuff too, which is touched on.
Oh, right.
I didn't know, really.
Ghislaine Maxwell, who recently was like, I'll just come out and say it. They were like, no, you're not. And then I just read this morning she was moved to a lower security prison. So good for her, way to leverage that shit. All
out in plain sight for people who pay a little bit of attention. Rogan recently said, what do they think, we're babies? When they deleted like a minute from the tapes. And then there's this brilliant response with this woman. She's like, yes, they do think you're babies, and did this whole peekaboo thing. It was great.
Peekaboo. Nice.
Love peekaboo. It's got me. If you want a kid to like you, baby, / toddler, peekaboo. 10 out of 10.
The object permanence really throws them.
Exactly. Thank you for that phrase. The Randy and the mob are now saying, hey, man, they call up Trump. Well, first they go to... I'm jumping around a little bit. Okay, I'm jumping around.
You're
Let me
good.
get back. I just wrote down, Trump, least Christian guy ever, will sue anyone who disagrees. We're getting into this litigious Trump that's just suing anyone and everyone. And
with the power of the presidency.
Right. And also how he's so blatantly the least Christian person. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians are the least Christian people too. And a lot of atheists are very much Christian.
Yeah.
Or Jesus
right.
like.
Well, they were like, yeah, they have a moral
Irony,
compass. Right. Yeah.
So we're sorry, what was that? Okay, never mind. I voted for him, but now all he does is arrest and sue people, put money in his own pocket. So these are some of the revelations that these Trump voters are having, and they're all kind of, they're hickish, hillbilly-ish, white trash-ish, not to be pejorative, but
okay.
Look, these are the characters.
Yes, these are the characters that South Park has written.
And
absolutely.
It mirrors reality in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
I'll come up with a different expression other than white trash.
No, I like it. It's fine.
But all he does is arrest and sue people, put money in his own pockets. I think these are some pretty important points to kind of stay on here moving forward that others can understand. People are uprising. Okay, then we get to Garrison's house. So now we're getting into the weeds of the South Park lineage. Garrison in previous seasons played Trump, as hopefully some listeners know. So they go to his house, and Garrison's not Trump anymore. There's like a confusion. It's kind of is that meta, or I don't know. There's playing with the story in that way was kind of cool.
Yeah,
because there's a transition that's happening in the story that we're going to see in a second. And Garrison's like, I'm watching White Lotus with my husband.
And
like, what are you talking about?
Dog. Yeah.
So cute.
It was really cute. I love that.
Big vibe change there for Garrison.
I liked it because I thought it was alluding to like the first administration of Trump was just not this. And the second, it's like masks off. Like, we'll get to it, but Trump's in bed with somebody. And even that guy was not that happy with him.
By the way, have you seen the gay guy that does the Trump mimicking on
TikTok?
No,
I've missed it.
Trump says the gayest things.
Yeah.
All the time. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think he's our gayest president. Not our first gay president, but our gayest president. That's
culturally
my hot take
gay president. Clip. Yeah. I'm on it.
And we're gonna run with that here.
I have a whole theory, but we'll get to Trump when he's in bed. Yeah.
Well, we're there. So the mob breaks into Garrison's house because they think they're going after Trump.
Yeah.
This segues into using Trump's real face, a la Saddam Hussein, which they did in the South Park movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where Saddam Hussein was in bed with the devil. Now it's Trump who's in bed with the devil. Did you want to say what you
I just wanted to comment on what a teeny weeny Trump has. And I thought about bedroom dynamics, and I was like, oh, like, it's very much clear that, like, Trump's pounding it out. Or, like Satan's pounding it out. Like, Trump is bottoming for Satan. And I was like, that's so good. It's so, they didn't have to say it, but I was like, that is so good, because Satan obviously couldn't feel that teeny little weenie.
So a little bit of irony here in that.
Okay.
I'm not to label you. Progressives aren't supposed to body shame, yet here we are. We're kind of happy to do it with Trump because it's like there's an impulse to go there when you're dealing with such hateful people. It's like, all right, fuck you. You have a little dick and you're orange and you have horrible hair and you're fat. Like, I personally try to stay away from those things. Mm-hmm. And if you probably went through decades of my posts, I don't think I ever body shame ever.
That's
so
nice.
Not to put myself on a pedestal here, but there's something there. Like,
got good genes.
For us. Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, go on.
Brooke Shields.
Yes.
Look it up, 1980. So we're body shaming here in this episode. It's fine. We're going to run with it. I'll laugh about it. But I'm going to tell you, it's not in my core to really laugh at that stuff.
I will say that it's symbolic.
Right.
Right? And it's, while we live in a world where, like, those things aren't supposed, and honestly, they, like, I'm not gonna say anyways.
Say it.
They're like they functionally, like, matter, right? In some ways.
Oh yeah.
Right, like
Ferrari, big car, big buildings.
But it's like they're talking. Like, this dude acts like he has BDE, right?
Right.
Well, he doesn't, honestly. If you really read through it, it's like he acts like he has small dick energy, but that's sort of like the thing is, like, it's not about the actual size of the Johnson. It's about the size of, like, that his etheric dick, right? And his etheric dick, he's like, it's enormous. Like, look at me swing it. And that's why it was so great. we'll get to the very end, but that's all I could think of was like whether we want to like go in on like the body shaming and all the anatomy of like Satan's probably had so much gay sex in his life, right? I'm just like, hey, that's like his thing, hedonism.
Whoa, what are we saying about gay people?
No. I'm just saying like yeah.
Kidding,
I'm like
kidding.
he's not fucking to like.
Right.
Have
I'm
more
kidding.
babies. Okay. I'm just making sure that like, yeah, he's doing it for pure pleasure. And I'm sure he's having lots of women partners, but I'm just saying he's an eternal character. He's fucked lots of people, lots of entities. And I'm just saying he's probably like the idea that he's going to be affected by a man of that size is just like he's like Satan. So Satan's in charge of that. Right. But that's what's so funny is that like Satan is like, hey, don't say what's up with you and Epstein. Like you keep saying it doesn't matter to relax. He's like, I don't say relax, but relax. It's so good. Yeah. The whole thing was so perfect.
Satan is bi, God is asexual.
I think God is.
These God-fearing people are terrified of sex, and it goes into so many of their policies.
No, that's their God. That's their God.
Right. Well,
there's like the God, the objective God, and God is definitely like a hermaphrodite because like God's self-creating, he's self-propagating.
He's a Ken doll.
No.
Oh, he's the opposite. Oh, sorry.
He's got both.
You're right.
Yeah, he's like making it happen.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Are we sure there wasn't a hermaphrodite Ken ever?
I mean. Well, we're going into woke culture, and there might have been. But I'm not. I haven't played Barbies in a minute, so I don't know.
Okay, the Canadian Prime Minister shows up in the Oval. They mention Iraq comes up because this was part of the Saddam thing. Iraq was the first Iraq or Gulf War was almost 35 years ago. 34.
Yeah, like the 90s, like early 90s, yeah.
And there was another one 21 years ago, 22.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had the recent ridiculously unnecessary and dangerous bombing of Iran's nuclear facilities that turned out, by the way, didn't inhibit really their tech at all, just throwing stones at
some etheric dick wagging.
Etheric dick is the name of your something.
It's the name of what Trump's got going on. He's like, I want you to understand that my dick is going to destroy this entire fucking world.
Trump says, Iran, Iraq, what the hell's the difference? There's something there. We have now the portraits, and portraits are part of this episode, the Trump portraits. Anytime you're hanging a portrait of yourself, which came up, by the way, in his first run, like these conversations about like portraits of himself that he would hang or buy. This portrait has a small dick. He's saying the dick is too small.
The one next to it, though, has like an enormous missile.
Oh, really?
I see that? Like it's a missile cannon or whatever, and it's like, and I was like, this is so incredible.
There's a later scene where he's walking through. It shows portraits in the background. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed. So I'll mention those in a sec. Back to Trump in bed with Satan. Satan said, Trump mentions, I've been working all day. And Jesus Christ, if this isn't like just one of the most unfathomable realities that we're faced with now. Satan says, you've just been doing your stupid memes and fucking around, which is literally what the president does all day. Well, not only, but it's such a big part of his day are just posting memes.
At like 3 a.m., yeah. All day, but like
it's
he gets
insane.
Up early. Yeah.
And it has been for 10 years?
Yeah, he's crazy.
And it's
allegedly.
It's like, it's just one of those things where Trump voters, and I'm talking about like the real estate agents making $300K a year, these like normal people like that are my friends in Chico or whatever that are still Republicans. Mm-hmm. Or even like the construction workers or farmers that are more hickish that are still like, I like to hang out with, right? Which I'm always like racking my brain over, how am I friends with these people? How do I like these people when this is what they're supporting? Mm-hmm. And the only justification I can have is that they're just not paying attention. They haven't been looking at his Twitter. They're out of sight, out of mind for the last decade.
Looking at the stock market.
Right. And then just cherry picking whatever words Trump says that may or may not be true, or probably aren't true, but they're going to hold on to that. So yeah, memeing and fucking around, which is what the president does. Back to his small dick. He's threatening to sue. Does he threaten to? He threatens to sue Satan in bed, I think.
Yeah. This was someone's point on the internet that I thought was absolutely incredible about how Trump will never sue Paramount about the size of his dick portrayal because he would have to like prove that it's not slander. And either way, that's whatever the case may be, super undignified.
Right.
Like you just can't. And so, incredible.
This
incredible
episode,
work, guys.
This episode went all the way to the owner of Paramount, which, you know, I know that not many people get behind the scenes of the executive studio level.
Yeah.
There's a podcast called The Town that's great about this if you're interested in stuff, hosted by Matt Bellany. And that never happens. There are, you know, for an owner of the entire company to have to greenlight an episode, and she did. It's a Redstone, a daughter of the Redstones.
Okay.
That I think is the owner of Paramount now, and she approved it. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know, but I will say that because it's really his size cannot be he probably won't sue about that.
Yeah, you brought up the right.
I think
we're
that
getting the suing the Paramount. There's lawsuits.
Yeah,
and
there's
we haven't brought up.
Yeah, and with Colbert being okay. Here's what I would say about that. Colbert being let go is true casualty, but if we think that anyone's happy about that, like the people at top are probably even more pissed. You know what I mean? Like they're compliant because they're afraid, but there's still like even more reason to be pissed off. Like, so I think that this is exactly the way that they can sort of voice that.
Sure. There is a bending of the knee happening with media companies, with law firms,
colleges,
with universities. And Cory Booker, as problematic as he is with the whole AIPAC marriage, is that he's good at kind of defending American democracy and constitutionalism and stuff. So he has a really good speech that he made, I think, yesterday on the floor about the bending of the knee by these institutions and how it's so important for them not to do so, and how confusing it is that they are to a guy like Donald fucking Trump. Cartman's sad. Gendered bathrooms are back. So sad for Cartman. I feel so bad for him. He goes to Butters. And he says, look, sorry, Butters, but you're in a suicide pact with me. I'm going to kill myself, and you're coming with me. Butters says, but woke isn't dead. It's waiting to come back.
Right.
Again, no one knows what the definition of woke is. People are using it, so I don't even...
The colloquial definition.
Okay. There's something to that in terms of the pendulum of American politics and culture. It does swing. That is threatened now a bit with, will this regime just blow this whole thing up? Are we going to have elections, et cetera, et cetera?
You're forgetting the greatest revival and comeback of all time, which was, of course, Jesus Christ on Easter. And he resurrected, and it was a big fucking deal. And so Butters is just sort of going with what he knows, which is it's coming back. Don't worry, my friend. I don't want to die.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back to PC Principal's office in 1 second. Okay, we're in PC Principal's office with Stan and Jesus.
Yes.
I want to break down some of the stuff in PC Principal's office.
Do it.
And see, this is what I want to do with Severance that I just failed on. Just kind of let's get off course and break down some of the details and give the listener some info that they most likely didn't catch first time around. So I have my chance here.
Okay.
There's a United We Learn kind of little poster in front of the office, right?
Okay.
It's all white kids holding hands, different hair colors, different eye shades. This is also ripped from a real situation. There was a, I think maybe junior high teacher, maybe elementary school teacher in a southern state that had something about unity on the wall. And it had black kids, brown kids, Asian. It had just
problematic for someone
diversity.
In that area.
It became a thing where they were like forcing her to take it down or she would get fired. I forget, unfortunately, what came of that situation. I want to say she stood her ground. I'll have to look back into that to see what came of that. So there's a little reference there.
Yeah.
In the principal's office, on his sticker on the back of his laptop, it says Proverbs 22:6. There's a pencil through a heart that's backed by flames. Proverbs 22:6 has to do with like teaching the youth.
Okay.
Just pointing that out.
He's really into God now. He's like finding all the applicable quotes. Yeah.
That is the proverb, or that is the passage of the
Nice.
Bible that applies to this.
The little
this scene.
sacred heart behind it. That's sweet.
This isn't to mention the eagle with the cross and the American flag in the background. Kind of generic.
Like the American eagle?
Yeah. The bald.
Oh, no, I know, but you know, yeah.
Good one.
Thanks.
I would like to talk about that.
Sure.
We will later. There's a book in the bookshelf, Dick Warren, Bible Study Techniques for Dummies. This is a Rick Warren reference. Do you familiar with Rick Warren?
No.
Just a kind of a famous...
Oh, is he the for dummies guy?
No, he's a famous evangelical speaker that is a little more evolved than your kind of traditional pulpit speakers, but he's still the same type of thing.
Yeah.
He's about like teaching kids. He has some weird energy. Look up Rick
We
Warren.
had to write a book, Meme Culture for Dummies.
There is the ichthys. Familiar with what an ichthys is?
No, please educate me.
It's the Jesus fish.
Oh, right. I thought that was the Vesica Pisces, but it's different school.
I looked up the Jesus fish. Let me give you AI's definition of it.
Thank you, AI.
The fish symbol associated with Jesus, known as ichthys or Jesus fish, is a symbol used by early Christians to identify themselves during a time of persecution.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew about this.
A time of persecution. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's based on the Greek word for fish, ichthys, which is also an acronym for Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. The Greek word for fish is an acronym for Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior? That's an interesting piece of information. Here's a more detailed explanation. SOS, Jesus. CH is how you spell ichthys. CH, Christos, Christ. TH, gods. Y, Eos, Son, and S, Oter, Savior. I don't know if you can understand that as a listener, but that's how you break down ichthys and what those individual letters mean, apparently. Just something I learned. Good to know.
I do just want to show this image to you, which is the Vesica Pisces. And
Okay.
see how it's sort of similar with the little tail, and it's like the symbol of wholeness. It just might be like a...
That's a Venn diagram, too.
Yeah. It's a type of lens or mathematical shape. The Hermetic symbolism, it sometimes is used to represent the conjoining of opposites in the alchemical marriage, but I just find it really interesting. Also, it's symbolizing the union of masculine and feminine, which Jesus always depicted with long hair. Isn't that funny? Go on.
I like it. There's an evolution myth book on the shelf. I have a friend who is big Trumper Christian. And I have a copy of Darwin's Origin of Species on my shelf at home. And dude is straight up like, this is such propaganda BS. It's just funny.
Have I shared with you my favorite Darwin story?
No.
My friend went to the Galapagos to vacation, and he was married to his cousin, speaking of American Eagle.
Yikes.
And he knew about genetics. And he was still married to her and had plenty of children.
Yikes.
Anyways, yeah, I thought that was really exciting about Darwin.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's his story. Yeah. I was like, that's a wild story about someone, the father of genetics.
Okay, so PC Principal claims that the kids are bullying Jesus because they won't let him sit at their table, and Stan's defense is that the table was full. There's a metaphor here. Do you have an interpretation of this?
Well, I immediately go to the Last Supper or the turning of tables, but go on. I want to hear what your theory is.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying to break. There's something there. It's that kind of like the MAGA call for acceptance. Like, you guys are excluding us with your degrees and your filmmaking and book writing and music making. Like, we're not involved in your comedy. Like, we need to be involved. And it's just like this.
Yeah. It's
there is a little
reactive
bit
abuse.
And to be fair, there is a little bit of dickishness in the progressive world. A little bit of a we're better than you-ness. Maybe. Even if it's based in reality?
No, I used to feel this way because like for a while when PC came out, like not in the 90s, but let's say when it was like, hey, all these people are trans all of a sudden and coming out of the woodwork, which is great. But I was like, I understand how a man who's like in his 50s living in Kansas might be a little bit left behind, right? And I was like, okay, you guys, you know, maybe it's not his like second nature to understand this. So I wasn't like, hey, trans people, go back in for this poor man. But I was like, this man doesn't get it, right? Hypothetically. But now it's like 12 years later. And I'm like, bro, yeah. I don't have any sympathy for a person who doesn't understand the world they live in right now. Because the world moves quickly. It's on the internet. Even if you don't understand it, great. You don't have to understand everything about this world. You don't have to engage with it. But you certainly don't have to hate it.
And if there's this desire, like you guys are in the smart people club in your big cities and you're not inviting us in, to be smart takes work. If you want to be that, you got to work at it. You don't just get it handed to you. And so you can't have it both ways. You either want that and you work at it, or you accept that that's not you and you don't want to be a part of it.
And it's not like they don't like them for not being smart. The progressives have an issue at the current time, right? Like for not... No, they have an issue for these people that are like so innocently claiming that you guys don't like us. We're just trying to be accepting, for being hateful.
Right.
You guys have like been, and I'm, again, we're like generalizing, but on the internet, that facet of people have been incredibly outwardly hateful, to the point that they've like made Cartman that character where it's, you know, like now he's upset because he can't be hateful anymore. It's not, you can just call someone a slur and it's like no one cares and it's not cool to be hateful. So it's that's why they don't like you, because you're abusive. And you know what? You don't have to like your abuser. In fact, that's called like work. That's called healing. Is not bending the knee to your abuser.
Yeah, one, it really is kind of a toddler-esque lashing out. Right?
Yeah.
That reaction to just be mean, or like the, you know, elementary school kids that are hurt in recess.
I would posit elementary school kids understand why, if they're a bully, that they're not liked. You know what I mean? Like they get it. They're like, yeah, because I'm like taking your lunch every day, calling you the F word, you know, like they get it.
Stan says, I'm pretty sure this is illegal, to the principal about pushing Jesus into schools. And also Randy is saying this too. And PC principal says, this is 2025 and not much is illegal. Quite true. We're having a reckoning with what illegal is and isn't these days. And it's really infuriating. And we see like the illegal actions of ICE every day, or just the, you know, 34-time felon being elected to office, all these things that we're just reckoning with what's just, you know, it seemingly like MAGA just wants to arrest people just because they feel like it. There's not a lot of consistency there. And then we have the Supreme Court getting involved and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's frustrating because it's very much not legal, but Trump doesn't give a shit. And he realized early on, or the people that are like funding him realized, because a lot of them are, you know, internet savvy, that, oh, if we just do something. Right. Because, like, that's what the internet is it's like act now and then, like, they'll legislate it and then maybe, like, fines will be paid or whatever, but it'll get worked out 20 years later. Which is, go ahead. Oh,
PBS just did this phenomenal documentary where they interview Steve Bannon and he just lays it out on the table. He's like, yes, this is what we're doing. Like, they're not hiding.
No.
The kind of
Steve Bannon has honestly been a champion, because the dude fucking believes in what he does, and as much as I detest what he does, at least he's not hiding it, and that's what's so crazy is it's not even hidden in plain sight. It's just in plain sight. Like this is the game plan, and it's tough. It's tough to be someone who has a moral compass in 2025.
Speaking of which, big titties, MAGA in Christ.
Oh yeah. That, like in that
this
song.
This is MAGA culture right here.
Yeah.
I forget how the melody goes. I should have looked it up. The lyrics to the song, Trump's in the White House lawn partying with highly sexualized kind of Playboy-esque culture.
I mean, there was like one big titty a lady that was in a bikini.
The merging of Christ and then the Trumpian, Epsteinian, New York City.
All about how much they love Jesus.
Yeah.
Because there's money in Jesus.
Might be a little hypocrisy there. Faith in Christ,
There also might be a little truth.
Sorry, a lot of truth there. Faith in Christ, we're bringing back Christ. Christ makes the money. Christ makes the money. Those are the lyrics there. You're being used, middle class Republican Christians.
On top of that, Christ is being used. Like Christ,
right.
The historical, biblical, but also just sociological figure is not about that. He was not into that shit. And so he's being wielded like a weapon.
And I don't think Democrats and progressives use this talking point enough. Many do. But just the blatant other side of the spectrum we have with the conservative culture and how antithetical it is to Christ and what he teaches. It's polar opposites.
Well, you know why?
I don't know how they're getting away with this.
Because, okay, I have an idea. Because a lot of progressive and like liberal people, many of them are not religious. And so they don't have this they just know something's wrong with it. They're just like, that's gross. I don't like that. But they're not like, they don't take it seriously the way that an actual perhaps Christian would. The same way that a person, what's weird is that you don't have actual conservative, like Bible thumping people getting mad about it because they're the ones who know the Bible, and not necessarily like the mega church Bible, but like maybe their small community Bible from Arkansas or whatever, and like they actually have convictions. And
well, that's where we get into the cultish nature of what's going on.
Yes.
And there's such a fine line between the cultish nature of religion, particularly Abrahamic religions, I'd say, and then how it's such an easy step to having a cultish appreciation for a president or a CEO or all these. It's kind of the worship, just the concept of having a savior, of worshiping. Like these are the things at a fundamental level where I'm like, what are you guys doing, religious people? I don't understand. Aside from believing that snakes talk.
The cool thing about God, right, is that he's not human. And so the idea that you would be worshiping a human is insane.
The whole point doesn't the Bible say that's a no-no?
It's called false idolatry or something. Yeah, thou shalt not have false idols.
Is that the sacred cow thing? Or is that different?
No, that's just a commandment. The sacred cow. Yeah, I think so. It's like no...
worshipping the cow?
Yeah, which is funny because the cows are like a big part of South Park. I have always loved that the cow is the big part of South Park. But yeah. Okay,
so I was wrong earlier. This is the first time Randy actually gets on the phone with Trump. Well, a little cool funny thing here. Trump has military awards on his suit. I don't know if you noticed that.
Hell yeah.
So funny. It just reminds me of when... back in 2015 when he said that about John McCain, that he doesn't like people that were captured, and that was this like pivotal moment where we were like, oh my God, Republicans are okay with him saying that when he's a draft dodger and obviously the biggest pussy in the world, the biggest
losers.
Coward. So it just him giving himself military awards now. He wants the Nobel Peace Prize.
McCain also a Republican, by the way.
Yeah.
Like on his side in theory, like in the big picture side.
Right.
Yeah, I know. McCain is not the worst, but he's not the best.
We get to the pantless portraits, I called them, where Trump's walking through the hall.
I have another name for them.
Okay, what is it?
Just the little dick portraits, but you don't body shame. That's nice.
There is the one, I don't know if this is what you're talking about. It might be where he has I think he has Air Force One between his legs.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I could be amalgamating all of these.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is a reference to him accepting a jet from the Saudis that taxpayers have to refurbish for like $1 billion.
Yeah.
And is it Qatar?
Qatar, yeah.
And then on that note too, he's building a ballroom for $200 million in the White House now.
I was gonna say there's that, and my mom goes, well, my mom who totally hates Trump, like this is so don't misunderstand, but she goes, I get it, it's old. And I'm like, Mom, how about this? How about if it was any other president, I would be like, it's gross, but it's fine. But today, all the Medicaid computers just had a freeze, and they're not going to pay for Medicaid. And I just saw someone having to remove their parents from an old age facility, and it's just like, maybe $200 million could be better spent. And
we'll save the whole ICE and money conversation. I think that's coming up in the next episode.
Okay.
From what I've seen. The other pantsless portrait, aka
the little Dicky.
There's a second one is of him, Trump fucking a sheep, and the third one is of Trump in the glory hole. And then the next painting is like of Andrew Jackson, so it's like interspersed with the presidential portraits. Pretty powerful imagery there. Trump is suing Randy for $5 billion.
Oh, right.
Because Randy doesn't want Jesus in schools.
And you can sue anybody.
Gets to the arbitrary, malignant nature of Trump and his litigious ridiculousness. Satan is not in the mood with Trump in bed because a random bitch on Instagram said Trump is on the Epstein list.
Yeah. He goes, relax.
Should I give my brief Epstein take? We're already an hour 7 in. It's 12:14. How much more time do you have?
I have about 15 more minutes on parking,
okay.
But I can extend. But I do need to go by 1 for sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm Epstein.
Quickly, yeah.
Take it away.
I'm just bothered by the way that Americans prioritize their information.
I have a scathing reaction.
Okay.
I think
Tell me.
It's not that I don't wholly disagree, or that I don't. Yeah, it's not that. I think you're right. The priorities are crazy because there are more salient issues. However, once one becomes acquainted with not just what Epstein does, but how child/sexual blackmail is like the currency that truly runs the world above money.
Okay.
And you understand how controllable people are by those things. So in theory, Trump is being controlled by his Epstein acquaintances. Also couple that with the fact that Diddy fucking was totally acquitted. My brilliant friend YJ, who listens to this podcast, was like, seems like they're trying him for the wrong things. Diddy, it's not as if I think all these people get together in a room and go, ooh, and they rub their hands together like sexual blackmail. I just think people, it's like a playbook, the same way that like in football, you know, everyone knows there's like certain plays, right? And like if someone does something, you know to look out for it. And sometimes there's like a variation on that play and you can surprise people. But for the most part, it's like, hey, they're going to run this. Everyone's got a different name for it, you know, all that. But there's some basic rules to that game. And I think that there's just a lot of things about Epstein. Also, it was one of these things where everyone was like, it doesn't exist. That's crazy. Then all of a sudden, Epstein gets Epsteined. And it's like, okay, maybe there's more to it. Then Ghislaine is like, okay, well, I'll come out with it. There's just so much like weird shit around it that it's been sort of vindicated. It's this weird thing. And it is a distraction on some level. But also the fact that Trump was like, I want to, what is the word when they just like totally take away the criminal record, exonerate or like Diddy. Like, why? Why? Right. That's such a, like, if it's a weird thing for us to focus on, it's an even weirder thing for a president to give a fuck about, right? And so it's just sort of like a wink and a nod to everyone who sort of knows that, these people are being ruled by fucktards that, like, use this sort of engagement of the game, if you will, to rule things. So, like, things are this way because it has been interfered with so many times using sexual blackmail. However, it has led to things like ICE, and it's like led us to where we are right now. So it's like more of a it's like there's the iceberg, right? And like Epstein's at the bottom of the iceberg.
Pun intended.
Right. And if we don't deal with the things on top, like healthcare and stuff, like those are much more important because those are the things that are showing right now. But it's like the base of that is totally related to some really dark, sinister shit.
Good rebuttal.
Thanks.
My counter now to that is that it's actually an admittance of the ways in which I am willfully ignorant. I'm not big into crime stuff.
Same.
I don't like crime podcasts. I don't want to focus on murderers
or
pedophiles or rapists. Like, this is not my interest in like a pop culture sense, which is huge. With, by the way, progressives love their kind of murder podcasts and stuff. So it's not just a conservative interest.
It's an American interest.
In my opinion, though, it's like if you're constantly focused on pedophilia, you're kind of telling on yourself in terms of your inner monologues. That may be a little harsh, but so like I don't think about that. So anyways, so I'm kind of willfully ignorant to those things, which explains why I'm like, why the fuck is this so important?
Right.
But that was a good explanation.
I'm with you. It's like not a 24...
On a meta-sense-wise, it's
it's not a 24/7 thing, but there's definitely like, okay, so there's like an initiation that happens to people who are on the internet that sort of want to understand about politics. And your thing is not like, oh, I'm into sex crimes. Your thing is like, hey, there's all these people that are doing these gross things. And it's like, well, what gross things are they doing? And like, it's like in the way that it would be brought to you on the internet, it would be probably like via the the right-wing version. Yeah. Because there's like the Koch brothers, and then there's Soros, right? They each have their boogeyman.
Sure.
And it's like, depending on what camp is bringing it to you, it's like, oh, it's Trump, or it's Bush, or it's Clinton, or it's Obama, right? So you hear all this like crazy shit, and it's like, oh, but then you sort of, if you're a smart person, go, oh, okay, so this is just sort of a part of the machine that's not always used. It's probably not used on everybody, but it's definitely one of the rules that a dirtier hand can play. And then some people, because of QAnon, right? QAnon's whole thing was save the children. And before QAnon, it was like not, it was not cool to know about Epstein, but like fewer people knew about it, and you were kind of called crazy if you even mentioned that it could be like a reality. And then QAnon happened and created this whole like save the children, pedophilia everywhere, and like blah blah blah. And it's like, that's when it was like, whoa, we need to
just see so
step
many
away.
We see so many examples of the people who stand up to or speak out against this now, like being revealed that they're taking part in it too. I'm kind of so that's just the vibe I get from it, which is also why I stay away from thinking about why it doesn't interest me.
Should not look. A very healthy human being does not think about this, but QAnon sort of like, it made any sort of validity to that stuff kind of stand out as like, you guys are really just like barking up a crazy tree. You sound nuts. You're seeing numbers and codes everywhere. Like, it's turning you into schizos. No offense to schizophrenics. And like, it definitely is rotting your brain. And so then it kind of, now there's like, you can tell if you see through things, right? Like that there are people who are like just sick and tired of this shit not being exposed because of the effect it has on stuff. Okay. And then there's people who are like, but save the children. And it's like, yeah, dude, of course.
Right. Of course.
Of course.
Right.
Like, but also save the black and brown children from being deported. You know that as well.
Not too interested in that. No, there is a theory about why the reason why this Epstein thing is such a big deal is because it's white girls and it's not brown girls that are the victims.
And I would say, I hear that. That's probably not untrue, but also the fact that the way that the world we live in is like the white girls are bringing attention to a much larger thing.
There's this famous Patrice O'Neill joke where he's like, remember Natalie Holloway? Everybody's like, yes. And then like, do you remember? And he mentioned some.
Right.
Again, it's so funny. I don't remember the name he mentions.
Right.
And it's a brown girl or something. And nobody knows. And so there's some real truth to that.
And these were like white girls that were the throwaway people. These were like prostitutes. You know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed. So anyways, it's like there's a whole. And then the girl that, anyways, Virginia Guffrey, she just had a very untimely, bizarro death. It's the gift that keeps on giving in a way where it's like, God, if there's not fucking fire where all this smoke is, it's literally insane. But okay,
there's more to talk about here. I'm already like, God, I hate talking about this.
100. And you, as you should. That's
You're making
healthy
great points,
reaction for an American male to be like, I don't want to know about this.
Or I know plenty.
I know too much.
I know plenty. Yeah.
I don't want to know more. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Eric's in the car with his hose, right? There's the I'm gonna kill myself in the garage by turning on the engine thing. Then we'll get to the details of that in a sec. We're heading to that big woke kingdom in the sky, Cartman says. That's pretty funny.
Which is incredible because like the implication there is he wants to go there to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I was like, this guy rules.
And heaven's woke, is it?
Yeah, I just loved
Then Christians are kind of off if heaven's woke.
Yeah. So funny.
The car is electric, we learned, so that's funny. The way they tie that into the whole thing, just brilliant writing.
Yeah.
Brilliant writing. Daryl Weathers. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm skipping it. There's 60 Minutes comes in.
Oh.
And
ticking time bomb.
Yeah, 60 Minutes is a story on Trump suing Randy. And just, there's not too much to dive into here other than the censorship of 60 Minutes, the
fear with which these characters discuss any of this, the hosts of 60 Minutes.
The head of 60 Minutes stepped down about 6 months or so ago because he wasn't allowed to express himself in the way that he wanted. 60 Minutes got sued, settled a lawsuit, so Paramount and CBS settled a lawsuit where because they edited a Kamala answer. It's just
God,
it goes into this.
This is the second
kowtowing to
time
Trump.
you've mentioned something where it's like this person left because they didn't like the way that their shit was done, but it's like that person should stay. Not because they're weak, but because like that person's gonna fight.
Yeah. Well, that gets to the kind of the citizen like you or myself that's debating on whether we should leave the country or stay and fight for it.
Right.
In our own ways, right? I'm battling with that now literally every day. London, Dublin, these places look appealing to me now.
Germany.
Yeah.
They're not going to let that shit happen again.
Right. Daryl Weathers is one of the hillbillies. We're just going to brush past the 60 Minutes thing. We know about that. Daryl Weathers says, "We all know the woke stuff went too far, but the answer isn't going too far the other way." Nice, really insightful comment by the hillbilly there.
Yeah.
I think South Park is being like, you know what? These people are capable of understanding that. Maybe. I don't mean to say these people. That sounds so bad.
No, I think they do. I think that's why
that's what's happening.
Yeah, is they're like, fuck, man. The problem is their foresight. You know what I mean? Their vision is in terrible shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting to the end of the episode now.
Hunker down.
We got two big things that happen at the end. We have Jesus power fist flying from heaven. Kind of
Superman, which...
Right. Too woke, Superman, by the way.
Superman was a great movie.
Still did really well at the box office. There is, I think, a marriage between this kind of adolescent love that adults have for superhero movies and tying like Jesus or like the muscular Trump with the superheroes and like
they like
reality.
A built gay like our icon.
For real.
The thing that I loved about Superman the movie was there was a couple things. One, it was the first movie I've seen in a very long time where that Israel was not the hero and we were on the side of the little guy, and that was actually kind of cool. And the other thing I liked was that they talk. There's a whole thing about how, what's her name? Lois Lane. She's like, I'm sorry, Superman. Like, I'm just so jaded. Like, I grew up in, like times, and it's like not cool to like be hopeful. And he goes like, caring is punk rock. Nice. Like, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And so it was, and the dog was really cute too. So
all the internet work against what this Israeli government and with the help of the American government has been doing over the past almost 2 years now is we're slowly seeing some signs of it paying off. Approval rating of that place is at an all-time low. Kind of the veil is being taken back, I think, in some ways, which is good. A little promising. Little. So Jesus power fist. I'm intentionally saying power fist flies down from heaven.
Yes. Super gay boss.
He hands out bread and tells all the people to shut the fuck up.
Which made me wonder what the real Sermon on the Mount was. I'll be honest. I don't know what we're getting, but I want to know what he really said.
So Jesus is mumbling a bit under his breath, intentionally. Let me tell you guys exactly what he says word for word, because they have trouble hearing him in the show.
You're hearing the Bible here first.
Here's what Jesus says to the people. You guys saw what happened to CBS? Yeah. Well, guess who owns CBS? Paramount. You really want to end up like Colbert? You guys got to stop being stupid. Just shut up or we're going to get canceled, you idiots. If someone has the power of the presidency and also has the power to sue and take bribes, then he can do anything to anyone. It's the fucking president, dude. All of you, shut the fuck up or South Park is over. It's fucking over. Just stop and shut the fuck up.
Mic drop.
This is a meta self-analysis that Matt and Trey are doing on their own show, saying, look, we're making this episode. We should shut the fuck up or we're going to get canceled. Anything to comment on there for you?
Just what comes next is really excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyle, the Jewish South Park character, we go to his dad's law firm. Of course, they settle for $3.5 million, down from $5 billion.
Thank God.
And, everyone's like, oh, yeah, fair. It's fair. I think that's fair. It's just so funny. It's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. That Paramount's only paying Trump $16 million in this settlement. And it's just like, the kind of
like he shouldn't have sued in the first place, you dingus.
What a nice guy that we're only giving him $3.5 million. What they say, what the superintendent I think says is that we'll have to cut some funding for schools and hospitals and roads to give Trump some cash.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? My autocorrect turned it to fucking instead of funding in my notes.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
It knows what's up.
Part of the lawsuit is that they have to agree to pro-Trump messaging. Another thing that drives me crazy. And what I will say is that one of the other big turning points, aside from the McCain comment,
not the turning points.
What do you mean?
No, isn't that what Charlie Kirkho's turning point?
Oh, is it?
Or it's something
dudes.
like that. Yeah. He's we'll get into that, but yeah.
Was back in 2016, the run up to the first presidency, when he started to call the press the enemy of the people. Right. That's when I was like, oh no, this is a dictatorship. We're fucked if this works. So, and that gets into this like forcing this pro-Trump narrative amongst powerful media entities.
Oh, they gave him a nice narrative.
Right. Wait, what do you mean?
In the next scene, which comes with Trump in the desert, which like our good buddy Jesus.
Jesus Trump. Donald Jesus Trump. His middle name is Jesus. That's what the J stands for.
Yeah, obviously.
Not John.
Yeah.
Baptist.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, right. Good guy.
What's the John the Baptist story?
I don't remember him being a great guy.
Oh, okay.
I think he had to be like taught by Jesus.
So we get to this quote unquote pro-Trump message at the end where the South Park guys use AI, the mixture of a real person and AI, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do this show in 5 days. I don't know how they had time to go to the desert and film this. I'm assuming this is like around like Joshua Tree or something. Yes. I don't know where they filmed it.
Yes.
Just a kind of behind the scenes questioning on how quickly they produce this show every week. The commercial says, "Who walked through the desert for you?" And this just gets back to this insane conflating of Donald Trump with Jesus. Which happens, dude. It's happening amongst and like it's in the fucking White House. You see these like dancing Christian moments or what, I don't know, dancing, but I don't know if you've seen some of this stuff. It's like the prayer that's happening there. There's legislation for like don't persecute Christians, back to the persecution.
Oh no, he loves Christians. It's him. He gets hot. And I'm not body shaming. People can have different sized bodies, you know what I mean? Like, but they depict him in a way that would be probably unglorious to Trump. That's probably why they do it, honestly, is because it's like maybe it doesn't matter to you but it's like it matters to him, and he definitely gives a shit about these kinds of things. And although I think his body was kind of true to form, the big surprise at the end was that his little teeny weenie comes out, and that's Donald Trump.
Oh, the dick is Donald Trump. Oh, right.
Yeah, and it's like that's who Donald. And it's a little, and it's like I was like, oh, they're gonna get away with it by not showing it because his stomach hangs over it, and I was like, well done, South Park. And then,
so did you notice that penis is a finger?
No, I was not that honed in.
I saw it behind the scenes.
Okay.
And there's Matt or
so that's
Trey.
How they get away with it.
There's Trey. He's down there, so there's the real person, whose face is just AI. Trump, that's lying in the desert, and Trey's like lying down with his finger poking up between dude's legs, and they wrap like a thick kind of Band-Aid around it, put some googlies on it.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
That's great.
His penis is teeny tiny, but his love for us is large. Again, gets into that kind of this big con that's being pulled off that Donald Trump in his gold towers really loves the working class Southern Midwest conservative. He gets us, all of us. This harkens back to like a real kind of pro-Jesus commercial or ad campaign, I want to say.
Oh no, the double entendre of he gets us, like he gets us. Like we are owned. Like he got us. Like no, it was so because what's the website that gets run?
Trumped.us.com.
Yeah. He got us.
Kind of coincidental that his name is Trump.
Yes, I think so. Drumpf, actually, right? Not to be like that guy, but like, yeah. Okay, also really quickly, John the Baptist, not a bad dude. I was misunderstood. I don't want it to be, I just want to be clear. I know I get wrong sometimes. Go on.
we get to the final scene of the episode.
Oh, right.
I thought doing a 22-minute, just on a podcast, reviewing a 22-minute show would be for quicker podcasts. No, this is longer than the Severance podcast.
It's okay. It's okay.
We got Cartman and Butters back in the car. I think I might be going.
Yeah.
Cartman says, or maybe Butter says.
Yeah.
And then Cartman says, yeah, sweet death is about to come. I love you, man.
Yeah.
Again, meta. It's South Park saying, this might be our last episode ever, guys.
Yeah.
That said, they just signed a deal for $1.5 billion. So
we're hoping not.
I want to say, no, they did.
No. I'm hoping this isn't the last episode because they could like take the money and run, and it's still like that's on Paramount, you know.
But you know, the fact that the ending could have been much more kind of salient, like, oh my God, this is really genuinely maybe the last episode. But the fact they just signed a huge contract,
car. Like they're obviously not going to die. They just might think they're going to die. Yeah. Like, oh no, it's the illusion of death, and like, oh, the body fights back the hardest, right? When it's on the. Yeah. That was my favorite. I was like, oh, this is good. This is hilarious. And it's like, no, they're fine. They're fine, you guys. It's South Park. It's animation. It's a different standard than, and it's also 7 weeks a year. I mean,
right.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what happens with the next episode. We were going to talk about that episode on this show, but it did not come out yet.
That's because Jesus knew that we needed to cover
Personal
episode
Jesus
1.
knew that we
so he's
needed.
Like, we'll give you guys
a
a week off from a new episode this week so you can cover season 1.
Yeah,
we were going to brush over this episode.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. I think a lot of this stuff would have come up no matter what because this is just who we are as people, but definitely a very provocative episode. So much so that honestly, like, the dick is like the least provocative thing about it. Maybe not the least, but like to him, I think it's the most insightful, or not insightful, inciting sort of ideas that are being transmitted. But just honestly, the way that they're just transparently discussing how he sues, how he's got all this power, how he's worse than Saddam, how he's in bed with Satan. I saw that there was, it might have just been like a fake, you know, they do these ads and they do them way ahead of time and they have nothing to do. But one of the things that I was reading about it was like that Trump has his hand on like Satan's leg at dinner or something. And like I was like, but he was in bed with, I mean, it just seems like, I don't know how that's more intimate necessarily than being in bed with Satan, telling him to relax. I don't know. I'm just really excited. I've also heard rumors that Charlie Kirk, one of the big like right-wing idiots that is responsible for Trump being in office in part. I don't want to give him too much credit.
Oh, he's a right-wing intellectual.
No, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. No,
he
I know
is.
that. I get it. I'm just saying, like, what were they just talking about this? Like, I was watching How to Train Your Dragon with Yunjin, and we were talking about the Vikings, and she made the point of, like, these Vikings, they had all this technology, and they were so smart, but they couldn't figure out not to attack their neighbors. Like, they just couldn't figure it out, because it's, like, really intellectualism mixed with heart. You're not... You might have the ability to do it, but you know to not do it. You know what I mean? And like that's where it's like intellectualism is maybe losing. It's like because your brain developed bigger than your heart, and now your heart is struggling.
Well, if you're looking for the perfect combination of mind and heart, come to the Living Directors podcast.
There it is.
Okay. Season 3. We're getting started here. We're going to do this whole season in South Park. I'm so excited. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible. But also, we have audio on YouTube now. We'd love to get some subscribers there. Go to YouTube at Living Directors. We're on Facebook at Living Directors. We're on Instagram at Living Directors. It's the only AC podcast that has its own Instagram page, for God's sake.
Oh, my God.
I know, such a huge deal.
It's been getting lots of people, too.
Sure. That's it. I'll let you get out of here, Amy. I need to go turn the AC back on.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in the new office.
Yeah.
Downtown Chico. Any parting words?
Two things. One, you can find me at She's Amy D at the Montauk Effect and at the Montauk Effect After Dark on Instagram. And also go see Go Train Your Dragon, or whatever it's called. It's honestly, I have not cried at a movie in so long, and I knew it was emotionally manipulating me, and I fucking loved it. So if you want to be emotionally manipulated and like have a good laugh, it's such a wholesome little film, and there's some real tension in there. And yeah.
Well, we're being manipulated by Paramount and being forced to subscribe to the damn thing after they canceled Colbert. Not too happy about that, but here we are. I got to do it.
Okay, final parting word. Accidentally signed up for because I really wanted to watch Yellow Jackets. Truly within 24 hours of getting the Yellow Jacket season 3 Paramount Plus full subscription for the next year. Realized that Paramount and Stephen Colbert were related, and everyone's canceling at Paramount. And I was like, God, you know what? We're here. Jesus once again on our side, because he knew we had to cover this.
Under the thumb of
Jesus.
crony capitalism forever.
Crony capitalism.
Okay.
All right.
Living
Bye.
Directors, we're out.